Let's begin. Let the day begin. Hi, guys. Just me and Dvalder. We're back again. And here we are. We're back again. Deed completed. Day of pranks. That's right. April Observer. Title awarded. April Observer. New mail. I've already gotten that. I wish I would stop getting it. Stop telling me that I already have that. I know. I cleaned up my inventory. There's a reason I stopped off right here. I'm going to turn the music down just a hair. Well, what can we cash in? Well, we've got ripped skins. Still no callers for those. Those are only to be sold. Okay. They'll now show up as being sellable. Anything else? Matted skins? Or are those matted furs? Matted skins. No, they just need matted furs. So it doesn't look like I've got anything else that I can cash in. Vendor. Let me move this stuff there. And we'll sell the thing that we can get rid of. Good evening to whomever has joined me.
Welcome, friend.
We want to keep our copper ingots, thanks. We'll sell those. Because that's all you can do with them. Alright. I've got something else to do here. What's that quest again? That's the VIP rewards. I'm not sure why it shows up as a quest if I solved it yesterday. I mean, I know why it returns as a quest. There's another one over here. Oh, that's right. There's like 3 quests. One of the NPCs over here. One I did quests with yesterday. Margit.
What?
Ever since we got back, Merg and Darren have been rather withdrawn. Could you check on them for me? No, I'm not worried about them or anything. I simply want to make sure they're ready for whatever lies ahead. Okay, and where have they gotten off to? They're also in town, seemingly. Scout warrior in training.
Won't you lend me your aid?
That was a joke. Well, yes, your people are known for their humor. Spent a good deal of time over the years in Galtrev, and they're not well known.
Aye.
Come to check on me? That's kind of you. I needed to get my mind off things, so I thought I'd come fish with my grandfather. I'll admit the recent events have unsettled me. Never thought I would have to apply my training skills to fighting my own people.
Will you give me a moment of your time, friend? Greetings, friend.
Okay, well. I should have a couple of things. Let's see, that should be, yep, subscriber buffs is up. Turn back to Margit.
What?
Aid. Cool hook. And they're handy as well. Not there. Not over there. Up yonder, perchance? No. Back there. Probably not the chicken, although you can never be sure. Chickens. Speaking of chickens. The chicken play, they have brought back an event that existed for only a few hours. Sadly, 2 of my characters got the title back originally when it was available, and it was one of the most exclusive, and the tiniest number of people ever got it because it broke the servers. Well, they brought the event back and they've made it really, really easy, so the title Fool is now available for anyone who wants it. Oh, what a font.
May the spirits
I gotta
be
do the
with
thing
you.
about a Vonk. That's right. I can collect the Vonk eggs. And I kill a Vonk. Yeah. Mount up, dumbass. Okay. A river of Vonk. I think I've got a quest to kill them as well. As well as to get their eggs. I'm wrong. Okay. You just find their eggs. Undoubtedly, I will have to kill some. Oh, and I have to I do have to defeat them, but only in that particular place. Because defeating them in other places doesn't count. Hello? That reminds me of something I forgot to do. There we are. That's another river of Vonk. Ooh, more rich copper. How far am I having to go for these things? Okay, out there. Already in use. What the hell? Server issues. Somebody complained because I didn't rage out last night. Well, the fucking server issues have already started, so how about I start raging out now? Nope, that one doesn't count. I'm not quite there yet, I guess. Nope, not quite. Fix your fucking servers, LotRO. Thank you. Ah, now we're on. There's lots of Avonk around here. And they're dying. Very quickly indeed. Ah, and that must be eggs. But I had to come over here for the copper. Eggs, eggs, eggs. They're big critters. I imagine they have big eggs. The cry of my voice is enough to scare them to death. Pretty badass. And a backpack, so a little bit of free money. Looking for a couple more. Ooh, copper. Need 2 more eggs. Oh, there's one. Oh, he got me with the, like a thorn or something that gets stuck in. One more eggy weggy. There we go. And back to Cool Hook we go. More copper. Okay, gotta finish out the first 2 tiers of prospecting and jewel crafting while I'm running around in the area where there's copper. Rather than ride around in an area where there's copper. And that's all I'm doing is picking up copper. Lord knows I've done that in the past. It was certainly nice when they added the grinding mechanic. And I'm using the term grinding in the most positive way fashion. To convert your materials into experience in a more efficient way than crafting crap. Such a welcome addition as someone who has, in his time, grinded through exorbitant amounts of materials, making the same ring over and over, the same weapon, the same piece of armor.
May the spirits be with you.
Yeah, that would be nice. I would like having the spirits with me, sure. Didn't I have something for experience? 8 tomes of extraordinary experience. Oh, the last hour.
Welcome,
Indeed.
traveler.
A humble roast.
Greetings.
Taste the roast avant. Okay. Eating slowly. This is delicious. Forced smile. It was delicious, but chewy. Well, that's simple. You just braise it instead of roasting.
Welcome,
Tasty, but a
traveler.
little tough to chew. I thought so too. I'm sure my next attempt will yield better results. Glad I asked you to gather so much meat. Trust me, a braise will be good to go. Talk to Iluna. Iluna Matata? She should be there. In that direction. Will I get a level? Will I level up?
Greetings.
A fine wool cloak is probably better than my regular wool cloak. Same stats, just more of them. I'm okay with that. And indeed, that is a level. I can buy a house. I've already got one, thanks.
May the spirits be with you.
I will loot all of those. We'll see if now I can cash in any tasks. I need to talk to Iluna again. I will get the Swanfleet map table for the home. They have so many nice home items in this game, and unfortunately the housing is, even after they vastly increased the number of hooks. It's still hook-based with strict limits. And compared to something like Star Wars Galaxies or Rift or WildStar, it's still kind of trash. Oh, we are going to be traveling somewhere. Before I travel somewhere, let's see what I've got going. Deed completed, level 15. Yay! I'm not getting the Deathless title because at level 10, the server shit the bed and killed me in the middle of a fight. Thanks, guys. Okay. The fox has been missing my hen house. Okay, I'll detach that. Full life of a captain. I'll detach that. And a gift for a homeowner. I'll detach that. We can delete Erkenbrand because... Bring the letter to Dawn Appledore in Bree. And deliver to a town crier, and that'll get me Fool. Boy! Holy crap. I guess you still have to you do have to go to the moors to get the title. I am so disappointed they've made it so much easier to get the title. And that is... Let's drag that down there. Alright, Aluna. Let's go. Wherever we're going.
In the hopes of securing peace for Langaran, Eluna has arranged a meeting with Arthur.
Hope we can resolve this with words alone, but if not, I'll count on you to fight. Stay hidden unless you are needed. Wait for Ardor. I will stay hidden. Totally not me behind this rock. I promise. Luna, you look worse for wear. Well, that's not a friendly way of greeting a lady. What's wrong, my dear? Did you lose your footing and take a bad tumble? I'm in no mood for games, Ardun. What do you want? Why have you come here in force? We came to bring you home to Brundir, of course. Our enemy is on the move. You are one of the greatest warriors and leaders. Your people need you, Iluna. There are more than enough warriors to defend home. Langaran needs me. Are they not your people too? Our people too, sorry. Traitors, deserters! These are the people you throw in with? They do not deserve you. Ardun, wait. Someone is coming. Orxes? Dragluth Captain. What? You? I was wondering why you left camp on your own, but I see you've managed to draw our quarry into the open. How clever of you. It pains me to do this, Iluna, but your departure has shaken our people's faith in the cause. Many speak of reconsidering our alliances and of leaving to join you in Langaran. Langaran. When we bring your head back, they will understand the price of dissension and desertion. Dick. No, there is no need to harm her. She will come back willingly. She will renounce Langaran and come home to us. I'm betting probably not. Won't you? ... Oh, Artie, I'm so sorry. I don't know. It's not very often you have a nickname used. I swore an oath to the people of Langaran. You know how I am with oaths. You know how I am with oaths. Oh, by the way, I should probably summon my herald because I need it. Are you all right? Yeah. You stay where you are. Who, me? I'm a good guy. It would seem I have chosen my side, Ardun says. Ardun. Oh, it's a female, I think. I can't tell. The names are non-specific. We return to Langaran without delay. Ardun will come with us. I will take responsibility for her. Onwards, then. Drop back. We messed them up. We killed the bad guys. Party. Party time. Definitely party time.
Greetings.
More coins of Cardolan. I'm not sure where I'm supposed to cash those in, as I hadn't seen a vendor for those yet.
May the
Talk to
spirits
Murig,
be
Darren,
with
and Margit. I also have some tradey points to use, I think. Yep. Oh, I was increasing my ability to put bleeds on things. Margit.
Be off with you.
Attention is on Arden. It's only when you get close she seems to remember the world around her. Say, traveler, you saw how she fought, right? How do you think I would measure up against her? Margit smiles at you as a hint of danger and mischief in her eyes. About as well as I'd measure up against you, I suspect. I hear you are to leave us soon. I hope the rest of your adventures are at least half as exciting as the one we shared. Come visit us again and bring bread. Darren's taste like medicine somehow.
Aye.
Farewell, Dvalder. You've been a boon to us and a genuine pleasure to get to know. Be safe on your travels. He thrusts a small parcel of bread into your hands. Oh, nice. Stuff that tastes like medicine. Well, maybe it has healing benefits.
I hope these dark days will soon
You had no
be
obligation to
behind
us, yet you continued to put yourself in harm's way at every turn. Thank you. The others and I will keep Langaran safe. We will be here should you ever choose to visit. They like me. They really like me. And here's the loaf of barley bread that tastes like medicine. Go down there. We have anything else here in town? It does not appear so. Where else do we have to go? Bree and any town crier, which would be Bree. The stable point over here. Did I go wrong? No.
Leave us alone. We will leave you in peace.
We cannot go to Bree directly. From here, anyway. Even if we wished to. Well, how about book one, then? Where are we off to for that one? We're off to Karis Galebrin. Do I have? I don't think I have Karis Galebrin.
We have little
Right.
to say
Yep,
to
got it
your
right.
kind.
We're off. Rather badly off, some would say. Got a sickle fly. Easily avoid. Copper. And a moss lurker just appeared. Sneaky little bastard. Turtles. We've got turtle sign. Lots of sickle flies. Little low-lying mist. Nice effect. Galebrin. But not without that copper. Copper, be rich, be rich, be rich. There. Just vanilla copper. Warrior. So we've got some orcsies around. Precious. Nasty orcsies. I've discovered Echadterthus. I'm not a scholar. I cannot pick that up. Doomville. Grab the stable point.
Hello there.
Those should unlock when you get close to them. It's such a crappy quality of life requirement in so many games that you have to click on the waypoint rather than just get close to it. It's stupid.
You say you bring word from Benil, dear?
I've not spoken with him since he left us, disgraced by the breaking of his oath. We were friends once and grew up together in Tornhad. But he proved faithless. I am surprised only by this, that he has not turned brigand, as we all assumed. Perhaps this as well, that he send you with a message of warning. What cares he for the folk of this land or any other? Well, the message you bring arrives late. We've been watching the orcs move behind the walls of Caris Galebrin for several days now. They're looking for something, but what? Might be we have yet to discover. I encourage you to climb the sloping path to the southeast that leads up to the ruins. Perhaps you'll find something. Well, I might just do that. See if we've got anything to turn in here. I picked up a couple more things. What do we got? Broken sword sheaths? Yes. I have another batch of those, don't I? No, I have broken daggers. Anything else does not appear. Oh, matted skins, finally? But no, matted furs.
Well met.
Thanks. He seems very friendly. That's my old wool cloak. And we'll eat the loaf of barley bread right now. Oh, it's a cooking ingredient. That's right.
Greetings, traveler.
Get everybody's quests. Let's
Well
see.
met. Are you heading west?
Feet spiders. Not gonna do that. No. Collect flowering rushes. Why do they have a going astray.
Will you
Why
lend
do
me
they
your
have
ear?
level 8 quests? Why would there be a level 8 person here?
Might you spare a moment of your time?
Dread turtles. The leveling in this whole new area is really extremely badly done.
Alas for Carasgalabrin.
Level 12 and level
Alas
8
for Meardine.
quests in the same area? What the fuck? It makes no freaking sense, actually.
Even so far from the lands of the enemy, there is dread upon my heart.
Oh, there's always dread upon your guys' heart.
I've been keeping watch over these lands for quite some time.
It's a level 15
The
spell
trouble
and level 8 spell in the
shadow
same
grows
location.
older.
What are they thinking? We got out there is... Are we up to 10? Did they actually give us 10 slots now for quests? It looks like they did. I saw that they'd increased it. I didn't realize they'd increased it that much. Well, that's a plus. I'll go out on a limb and say that one's a plus. White Hand's approach. Defeat invading lords. Anything else on that side of the river? No. That is the approaches to Carasgaladon. Let's go with that, as that will guide us into places we need to go anyway. And we can start killing anything that gets in our way, whether it deserves it or not. Spoiler, they all deserve it. Possible I'm a little bloodthirsty. But hey, they're orcs and stuff, so, you know. White Hand, Black Arrow. Slope leads upward to the ruins of the city, already full of enemies. Climb the sloping path to the southeast. Oh, that's what. Oh, that seems like a good place to go. So we're kind of there already. An arrow slain Uruk. You pull an arrow from the Uruk's back. The arrow is of fine elf make. Oh, we've got friends perforating our enemies. I hear someone calling to me. It is Bregaleth. I've discovered Karas Galebrin. Those are Myers. If you will return them to me, I can use them to slay more of these creatures. I think it is in everyone's interest. Is it not? Might, Vit, Fate. That's the Edge one. We get rid of that. Use that. Defeat Uruks within Karas Galebrin. Alright, well, that's pretty easy. You just stay here, dude. I'll kill everybody who needs killing for you. I'm just a big guy like that. Exterminating my enemies. What else do we have? It's all Karas Galebrin. I just need to murder a bunch. Sorry. Demoralize so that they run off. Because just like us, of course there's no actual death involved. Four down. Some more to go. Oh, a captain. Oh, he's got multiple friends. I'd rather take kill them one at a time. Seems more sporting, you know. White hand, black arrow. And a cornerstone. Dwellers of Old Swanfleet. I have discovered an old cornerstone. Yes, yes, I have. Yeah. Only 2 over there? Well, hardly seems worth the effort, but still. Do I have 2 different things? One to kill dudes and one to kill Uruks? I do. Foes and Uruks separately. Yep, I do. That was a delayed death cry. Apparently he was still kicking, and I just left him there, and then he decided to give up the ghost with an appropriately loud Let me pick my way all the way up here to... This last Uruk clutched a piece of parchment in one hand. Was that the last Uruk? I thought I needed one more. Oh, we can definitely move that, though. From the tracker. I think I've got everybody dead who needed killing. Yeah, looks like it. Let's head back. Fat body. Well, I mean, I'm always glad when you're here. Is that a new thing? I mean, I know you're not able to make the stream as often as you used to, but is that new? A spark? Is that something new? Because, gotta say, I don't recognize it. What the hell is put down there? Which is that? Bregaloth. Bregaloth? Read the Uruk report. Oh, read the Uruk report. There it is. A tidbit. So you got a spark. I don't know what that is. And it gives a tidbit. I mean, I know what the words spark and tidbit mean, but in this context... let's see. I don't think my Orcish is quite up to Mao Hai, Praltak Ishi, Nogat, Anguz. And sparked a watch streak. Well, thank you. And congratulations. I'm still a bit iffy on that, but that's it's good, cool. Yeah, I've never seen it. That's a little further than I would be comfortable falling, as I don't think I would get it. I think I would get it dead. Oop, same thing there. Don't want to just plummet to your death. Still not quite there. Oh, that's right. Good, I had to come this way anyway.
Slaying Uruks may be its own reward, but finding a clue to their purpose here is even better.
It gives me no joy to read the Black Speech, but it is much worse to speak than to read. Here's what the report says in a language that does not cruelly twist my tongue. Warriors, scout the old forges in Holland. Find relics of elvish jewel craft. I want not worthless trash, I desire lore. The elves made rings there. I wish to find their lost artisan knowledge. This is worse than I expected, Tvaldor. For some unfathomable purpose, Saruman the White has betrayed us. He seeks the ring lore of Eregion, and he has sent these Uruks to obtain it. Do I get a new helm? I get a new helm with actual statistics. I have a new hat.
The elves of Eregion were deceived before by gifts and promises of secret knowledge.
It looks almost the same. Collect an artifact from the center of Karas Gelabren, an artifact from the southwest. Oh, good gods. All kinds of things that need finding. Bring the letter to Appledore and Bree. Talk to... Alright, looks like we're going back in, boys. All kinds of things here in Karas. What's the name? Gelabren. See if we can avoid aggroing anyone unnecessarily right now. As we're trying to find things, not just murder people. Mind you, the murdering was good. There was some solid murdering going on. Well, there's a flashing thing. A wooden chest. So that'll be free money. Cracked plate. Ancient plate is covered with a spiderweb of cracks, rendering it unusable. Okay. And a broken column. The once beautiful pillars of Karas Gelabren are now sad reminders of war. Hi, friend! Baruch Kazan! Also, you're dead. Just putting that out there for you. We got another one here in the middle. If they get in my way, they gotta go. I have completed Uruk Slayer of Swanfleet. I have defeated many Uruks in Swanfleet. 60 or something? 40 or 40. And Uruk Slayer of Swanfleet advanced. As I opened up. I go swimming. Swimming in the ocean. Swimming is cool. Musical reference. Does the White Hand Captain have any friends? Not really. Oh, we have an aged hammer. And a toppled statue. The aged hammer nearly falls apart in my hand. The toppled statue. Once proud statue of Celebrimbor, now lies half buried in the earth. You know, I just don't like this White Hand Captain. Come get some. What can I say? I just didn't like the look of him. It wasn't right. In the head. Movie reference. I got something else over here. How far? A little further. Right there. Another wooden chest, so more free money. We have a discarded pouch and a fallen lamppost. I didn't. How did I not see him? I do not know. But I did not, and now he is dead. Small pouch now contains only dust and splinters of rock. And the lamppost. None of the lamps that illuminated Karas Galebren by night remain standing. Bring the artifacts you collected to Bregaleth. Back to Bregaleth. I'd like the wind. Evidently pretty quietly, too, because it doesn't appear like anyone's waking up. Right past them. Another wooden chest, more free money. 3 silver, 11, and 51 copper. It's not a lot of money. It is technically money. And it was free. Well, I mean, it did cost me time. So, is anything really free if it costs you time? Because time is money. Of course, time is not actually money. Time is time, and money is money. One might be able to be, exchanged for the other. But they're not the same thing.
These are sad reminders of times long past.
It is ring lore he desires, the same knowledge with which the builder of this city was ensnared. If he finds it, I fear he could work great evil upon the lands and peoples of Middle-earth. Regolith gazes into the distance, gives off a heavy sigh because he's an elf and they are all kind of really emo. I will tell you the tale of the Jewel Town and the Silver Bastion, so you'll know how we were deceived, and you will know why it must not happen again. It is of Antheron I must speak, the giver of gifts. But you will know him by another name, for he was Sauron, and he is the enemy. Antheron wasn't the name that the giver of gifts had. I don't remember what it was, though. It began with an A. God, my memory is definitely going.
After the fall of Balerion, most of my people came to live in the land of Lindon to the west.
Under the benevolent rule of Gil-galad, bonds of friendship are made with the dwarves. Dwarves of Ered Luin, but a thriving trade in metal and gems with that people dwindled as the Longbeards suffered war and disaster of their own. Yearning for Mithril to fashion into their works of art and beauty, many of the Noldor followed the dwarves as they journeyed eastward, led by Celebrimbor, descendant of Feanor. The elves settled in the holly-covered hills beneath the west gate of Khazad-dûm. There was once again friendship in the trade between Elf and Dwarf, and Celebrimbor's city in Eregion thrived. Eregion was still a young kingdom when the men of Numenor arrived. Tar Aldarion, the king, sailed up the river Gwathlo and debarked to explore the Swanfleet on foot. He befriended Celebrimbor and forged alliances with the elf-smiths, and in return, they taught some among his people technique of armor shaping and the engraving of Ithildin and moon runes. In time, Aldarion grew old and came no more to Karas Galebren, but the friendship between his people and mine endured. The friendship endured, but it was tested. The Numenorians were a seafaring people, and they had long exhausted the forests of their island home. They hungered for timber to build more and mightier ships. The Lady Galadriel, who dwelt for a time in Eregion, and often danced alongside the lily-covered waterways, though she's a hippie, despaired to see the toll taken upon the wildlands by Numenorian axes. When the shipbuilders began to dredge her beloved Swanfleet and build dikes to channel the waters, she entreated Celebrimbor to stop the men of Numenor from harming the land. This will be better armor than what I'm wearing. Are we going to travel? I think we're going to travel.
More to see the woods and fens so ill-treated, but he did not want to harm his alliance with the men of Numenor.
We're traveling.
I can still see this city as it was.
I've always been a fan of instance play in this game. Not instance play, sorry.
So much lost.
This kind of instance, session play, is what it is often called if you're playing in the role of somebody else. For instance, there's session play where you play as Boromir, which is freaking hilarious. The Silver Bastion became a shining jewel itself. Let's see. Sauron came. Follow Bregaleth. Keep talking, Bregaleth. This is how it looked, so it's sort of a session.
He
play
called
thing.
himself Antheron.
No, that wasn't the name. Even into the uttermost west, we have heard of your skill. I'm humbled by your presence here, Antheron. Wasn't Antheron, giver of gifts. I see in your arrival an omen of good fortune. Accept my greetings and my welcome. You will be my honored guest. Celebrimbor. Sauron in disguise. Wasn't Antheron. I've got to find it. I've got to find the actual freaking thing that it was. One sec. Anatar. There we are. Anatar was the name he used. I don't know why they're using the wrong name. Unless it's a name they don't have access to. Antheron had gone first to Lindon, but Gil-galad mistrusted him and refused to treat with the strange newcomer. It was in Caras Celebrin that the Lord of Gifts found one whose lineage and whose hunger for secret knowledge made him the perfect target for Antheron's promises. Celebrimbor could not resist, and before long, the new arrival became a mentor to him and to the jewelsmiths of Eregion. That is what is in the story, except
Not
the name.
all who dwelled at Caras Celebrin trusted this new arrival.
I mean, maybe Anatar is only in the
Celeborn
Silmarillion,
saw
which they don't
something
have
in the
permission
Lord
to,
of Gifts that troubled him.
but I didn't think so. I cannot say why I'm so disquieted, Oranaril. I share your unease, my lord. The Bright Company will go wherever you lead. Show us this threat, and we will end it. But that is the heart of the problem, my friend. What is the threat? Though Galadriel had gone, Celeborn remained at Caras Celebrin as Eregion's chief defender. He refused to abandon these lands and sought instead to protect them against the stranger who had seized Celebrimbor's ear. Antheron hated the Bright Company and its deeds and summoned one threat after another to trouble them. Celeborn and his warriors were often drawn away from the city, and many a noble elf was slain in these arrangements, but still the Lord of the Bright Company could not connect these rising threats with the newcomer Antheron and his two ready smiles. He had two smiles?
Despite the mistrust of some at Celebrimbor's city, Antheron did not remain idle. He gathered to himself promising students and gave to them secret knowledge. But whatever he taught them, always he held something in reserve. Always there was more to be learned, more instruction to be given.
How will we know when we have mastered what thou hast taught us? The most promising among you will know, Narmaleth. Ooh, Narmaleth. The students were not his only pupils. As the years passed, Antheron grew more and more brazen. Celebrimbor and his jewelsmiths fell further beneath his thumb, ensnared by his promises of secret knowledge and the working of crafts both beautiful and powerful. I've entered a part of the world with challenges and threats of much higher level than my own. While you're in this area, you may attract the attention of monsters further away than normal. Okay. We're in Mirdain. Sorry. Mirdain. The Jewel Town and the Silver Bastion thrived, and the glory of Celebrimbor and his jewelsmiths only increased year after year. But the true masterpiece of Caras Galebrin was its ring.
Antheron convinced the jewelsmith to forge great rings of power. Long they toiled, until at last their work was complete.
A set of 7 and a set of 9, Celebrimbor says. You are certain these great rings will help preserve the land? They'll help protect the lands of those who wear them, my lord. Give them to the hole diggers and the fellers of trees. The degradations they cause will be slowed. I called our arrival an omen, your arrival an omen of good fortune, Lord of Gifts. And yet I undervalued the help you would provide. I serve the powers, my lord. As do I, in all things. Sauron, kind of a dick, it turns out. And I'm really confused, though. They must not have the rights to use the name Avatar. Celebrimbor gave to the kings of dwarves and men the rings he had made. For a time, he knew peace, not knowing that what he had done would nearly undo the world. Shortly afterwards, Antheron departed. He would return to Eregion only once more, and when he did, he would bring death and destruction with him. But after he was gone, Celebrimbor began to doubt in time. Suspicion awakened in his heart, and he began to worry that Antheron had ensnared him by his own greed. In some devious scheme, he decided to use the art he had learned to forge 3 more great rings, unknown to the treacherous Lord of Gifts. He believed he and his kinfolk could use these 3 rings for protection, should matters go ill. Okay, we are no longer in Happy Elfville. We are currently in the fires of Mount Doom itself. So, yeah, that's a thing. Mount Doom, here we are. Entertain us. Amon Amarth, the Hill of Doom. Antheron returned to Mordor, and in the heart of his kingdom he cast aside his fair guise. He had no more need for deception. In Mordor, the Dark Lord Sauron sought the fulfillment of the scheme which he had planned, walking unnoticed among his hated enemies for so many years.
You go on ahead. My words will guide you, but I go no further than this.
Cool. I approve. I don't remember seeing any of this sort of stuff in when I was doing Mordor. Running around in Mordor. Nice. So we've got Samath Naur itself, the Crack of Doom. Sauron, Dark Lord of Mordor.
In the fiery heat of Orodruin, Mount Doom, Sauron forged the ruling ring. 1 ring to rule them all. 1 ring to find them. 1 ring to bring them all.
Ashnaz
And in the
Ktur Patuluk.
darkness find them.
Ashnaz Ktur
In the land of Mordor,
Patuluk.
where the
Ishi
shadows
Burzum
lie.
Krimpatul. And yes, I've actually memorized the fucking ring inscription in the Dark Tome. It's possible I'm not well in the head.
Celebrimbor had kept one of the three for his own.
At the moment that Sauron placed the ruling ring upon his own finger, Celebrimbor knew his danger. He removed his ring and vowed to never wear it again, lest his mind be dominated by the Dark One. Those of the jewelsmiths who had similarly kept rings were made to give them up, sometimes by force. And the three rings were sent in secret to the bearers, to hidden bearers. Messages were sent to men, dwarves, and elves, in which Celebrimbor admitted his folly, and warned of the coming war. So were the folk made ready to defend Middle-earth, but it would not be enough to save Eregion from the ravages of Sauron. The gates of Mordor opened, and the armies of Sauron came forth. He would seize as many of the rings of power as he could find, but the three remained hidden to him, and he touched them not. And Eldir,
The gates of Mordor. The armies of Sauron. What did I miss?
surely it is not as bad as all that. Sauron's been dead for 3,000 years, and today Mordor is an empty land. Eldir squints at Bregola. Sometimes elves have trouble marking the passage of years. I mean, no offense. Crazy! He's not crazy, turns out. My new chain armor, we're speaking of Sauron, it has 666 armor. The number of the beast, theoretically. Actually, the oldest biblical text has the number of the beast as being 616. Oops, who knew?
I return to...
That's another level for me! I'm now 16. I returned Tegwin to Mossward, and while I was unable to coax a promise not to venture again into the wild, his parents gave him enough chores to keep him occupied at least until adulthood, at which point I think our obligation to keep him safe will lapse. Eldir studies your expression and sighs heavily. Dwendil did not speak kindly of me, did he? I am not surprised of Aldor. In my heart, I still hold the cause of the Dunedain most dear. But I understand my folk may not believe it, and I cannot deny the breaking of my oath. But who's your new friend? If she hates the Oryx as much as we do and is willing to aid us, perhaps she can help us track down several of their leaders. Rumor of 3 such villains has preceded me here, and I cannot help but think the work would go more quickly if we were to split it up, each of us to deal with. First of all, let me put on my armor. Is it sexy? Not even a little. Wow. Okay. Gift from the elves is ugly armor. Okay. I'm going to AFK a second, refill my coffee cup. I'll be right back. And I'm back. Hi, guys.
I have hated Orkkind for much longer than you have been alive, Dunedain.
As for the oaths you have taken or broken, I know he to whom you are sworn or should be. I know what he desires to become, Ask not if I will help you, Ranger of the North. Ask instead if you are strong enough and courageous enough to lend any assistance to Bregaleth of Imladris, of which she could have any need. Bregaleth smirks at Meneldir, an amused light dancing in her eye. The ranger stares back, mouth open. I will slay one of your Uruk leaders, Meneldir, and Baldur will slay another. Can you be trusted to deal with the third? Show their locations to us on the dwarf's map, and we'll see it done. Get to kill big ugly orc. Seems, anyway. And investigate Uruk tracks in the western region. Is that the one I just got? I think so, right?
After each of us slays
Yep,
the
the grasping
Uruk
hand.
leader we have chosen, we will meet at Aetherbell.
Well, if I hit the camp first, I can... Dash in a quest for a little more XP. I'm curious, does the
Greetings,
State Master...
friend.
No, he offers no more additional options. Suppose it's
Many
Silver
are the
Bastion.
wounds of war that scar these lands.
I've got 10 broken hatchets. Do you guys need any broken hatchets? They do. Anything else? Doesn't look like it. Copper. It's a habit I got into basically in the game when it first came out because we needed so many maps. What do we have there? All right, that is orcs, I think, right? Yeah, invading orcs. I said orcs, I meant orcs. I was having to swim. Now I can run. My herald was running the whole way. I just think that's patently speciesist. Oh, let's make the dwarves run and then swim. That's gotta be wandering. Oh, yeah, great. We've got warns around. How about wargs? Where are the wargs? Should be wargs here. Supposed to be wargs up here. Got a badger. A Kraban. Another Kraban. Supposed to be wargs around here. Hey, warg. I got one. We got another warg. Hi. It's two. Warg, badger. Warg. A sec here to get my yell back. Pull him away from the badger. Need two more wargs. Right by my holly. Little bastard. I think I'm probably out of the warg area. I am. Oh, there's another one. One more warg. warg, that would be most welcome. Indeed, there's a warg. Kill. What? I have been raided by cutting class? I never, ever cut class. Whoop! And, I've received a couple of follows. So, for all of those who were following and chiming in, thank you very much. Welcome to my humble little stream of misfunction, malfunction, dysfunction, and occasionally complete and total unfunction. You're most welcome indeed, and thank you very, very much for the follows. Hi, guys. I hope your stream was awesome. Everyone else's evening, though, is about to take a step down. I have been playing LotRO almost since release. I played the beta. The beta didn't impress me. But once the game actually came out and I realized it wasn't just delivering pies and the mail, I bought the game and shortly thereafter got the lifetime subscription. Thanks, guys. Wow. I really appreciate this. That's very, very generous of you. I am, like I said, a long-time player, but I'm playing in some of the new area. Seriously, the beta, I played the Hobbit experience, and sadly, the Hobbit experience initially was things like delivering pies and the mail, and I said, what kind of MMO is this? If I'd started anywhere else, I'd have been fine. Oh yes, I bought my first computer, an Apple II Plus, in about 79 or 80, and I bought it expressly to play games on, so I've been playing games a very long time. And it's been my primary mode of having fun ever since. That and reading. Hope everyone's having a just fantabulous Friday evening. Hanging out here, I'm sure to ruin it, but I appreciate it anyway. You would be welcome, for sure. I am, right now, in relatively pleasant mood, but I have promised a viewer last night that if I get any server hiccups, I'll turn into my normal asshole self. And tomorrow night, well, if you want to see an old man get drunk, that's what happens on April Fools around these parts. This is one I wanted to create a character in the new starting area. And so I asked my friends what I should create, because I have a boatload of characters already, unsurprisingly. And someone mentioned a captain. And I thought a dwarvish captain sounded fun. I think that's one of the newer additions to the class race combos. So it's my first dwarvish captain. And I've never advanced a captain all that far. So, where am I headed now? Down there? Oh, he's not going to like me. Hi! Stunned. The amount of content in the game is really quite absurd. In a good way. Well, mostly in a good way. It can be very, very imposing to a new player. In that there is so much content. Now, the leveling obviously is a lot faster than it used to be. It has a lot more quality of life stuff in it. But it's a long trip from 1 to 140, which is the current cap. I myself have one character at the cap. But there was a time when the cap was level 65. I had one of each class at the cap. I have... I added up the amount of time I have in the game on my most played characters, and it was 5,500 hours. Yeah, as well, in this game, the more of a fan you are of The Lord of the Rings, the easier it is to go through the leveling, because it feels like you're more a part of the story. And so the more that you love the story, the easier the leveling is, generally speaking. But, I mean, you start either in Ered Luin. Generally speaking, they've made some additions. As an elf or a dwarf, or you start in the Shire. If you're a hobbit or a man. Or actually, you start in Bree, just outside Bree if you're a man. But you go from Ered Luin to Angmar, to the Lonely Mountain, to Mirkwood, Lothlorien, all the way to Mordor. There are maps, so the whole thing is covered. Well, first of all, I've played a boatload of WoW, too. Like I said, I counted up the hours, 5,500 hours here, over 6,000 in WoW, over 4,000 in Guild Wars 2. The more you love The Lord of the Rings, movies or books, more so the books, because this is built out from the books rather than the movies, the better of a game this is. But it plays very much like a WoW or Star Wars: The Old Republic or an EverQuest. Yeah, well, I mean, this was I did something that turned off the music, didn't I? All right, what did I do? No, there it is. Okay. Let me allow that. For me, where WoW grabbed me is I got into the beta. I wasn't planning on playing WoW, but I got in the beta and I tried it, and the polish of WoW compared to the other MMOs, that's what pulled me in. For Lord of the Rings Online, story is the biggest pull. Hey, Z. Most of my streaming time, the 3 games I've played most on stream, number 1 is Guild Wars 2. Number 2 is Star Wars: The Old Republic, because I hit that pretty hardcore for about 4 months, a year or 2 ago. And then this is third. Right now I'm following the epic storyline in the new quest area. So this is my first time doing this stuff. Whoop, okay. He bellows an attack. And he's probably done bellowing attacks now. The defeat of Fakthal lowered the morale of the Uruks under his command. I have to talk to Meneldir. And try to avoid any unnecessary confrontations with things that I have to fight. A corpse. That's probably just extra money. Yes, I'm looting a dead body for extra money and stuff. I'm a dwarf. It's free money. I do have some advice if you want to give it a try. It is the default. You can get free to play. You can play entirely free to play. I did a ow. He knocked me off my horse. I actually did what I call a free-to-play through on the game. As a complete free-to-play player on an alt account that I created. You can catch that if you go to... I put all of my stuff, all of my streams on YouTube as well. So if you look for Magnifying Lens on YouTube, a free-to-play through on the Lord of the Rings Online. There are 2 things that are pain points if you're going to play free-to-play. The first is the amount of inventory space. You'll see I have 6 bags. You start with only 2 or 3 bags, I can't remember, in the free-to-play, and that is a significant burden. The other thing that is a significant burden is fast travel between stable points, in that you only get a few options. What you can do is you can subscribe for 1 month of VIP, and that unlocks a whole bunch of stuff, most of it across the account, but some of it on a per character basis. So you would subscribe for 1 month, make sure you create and log into all of the characters you want to create so that they get the unlocks. Those are the two biggest pain points that I found in trying to play as a complete free-to-play player. But certainly, the free-to-play is manageable if for no other reason for long enough until you decide if you want to actually spend some money. I think they still offer the lifetime subscriber, but I'm not positive about that. And obviously, since I bought that like a month after the game premiered, I think it was $200 at the time, might have been $300. Has more than paid for itself in all of the 5,500 hours I've played. But it is, I hesitate to add, I do not hesitate to add, I hasten to add, there we go. It is an old school MMORPG. It plays more slowly, more deliberately. Now, it has been sped up a lot over the course of the last, 15 years of development time. But it is still at its heart an old school MMORPG. It plays at a more deliberate pace. The leveling's a little slower. So that's something to be aware of. Most of the modern MMOs play at a faster pace and you level faster. They have sped this up considerably, but it's still not an exceptionally fast go. I'm level 16. And my time on this is almost 8 hours. So well, as always, there is the option to drop a few bucks. Oh, God, no. You got to be kidding. I'd rather answer questions. Sitting in a silent stream is much, much less fun. Oh, it's never silent because I never shut my yap. But a live chat makes for a better stream, especially when you're dealing with a smaller streamer. So I'm grateful for it, actually. Thank you. When they went free to play, like everyone else, they brought in a store which has, everything imaginable. They promised it would never have... Thank you very much, Laurelyn. I appreciate that very, very much. A subscription. None of those chime sounds ever get old, whether it's a sub or follows. Thank you, guys. I really appreciate it. Thank you. That's very kind of you as well. I'm glad. I mean, I have my issues with the game, but then I'm an old grouch, and I have issues with every single game ever. So, if you hang around for much time, you will hear me complaining vituperatively, and often in great, large amounts of profanity about the things I don't like, but I have no hesitation at all in certainly recommending for anyone who's a fan of The Lord of the Rings, try the free-to-play. That's it. PoE, I probably won't even be playing this time, see? Because they've made leveling up harder again. Slower again. Perfection is a tough one because the games tend to offer very, very different experiences. For instance, no game ever grabbed me as much as Star Wars Galaxies did. But it also had flaws. You could drive an Imperial Star Destroyer through. If I had to play one game for the rest of my life, it would be Guild Wars 2, because I think it offers so many different game experiences to it. The more you are a fan of the Lord of the Rings, especially the books, the better Lord of the Rings Online becomes. And WoW, simply because there are so many people who play it, it's easier to find people to hang out with, and people make a game better. So those all have a lot of things going for it. The horizontal progression is a big factor as well, even though nobody else does it for obvious reasons. When you bring out a new expansion in WoW or LotRO, and you bump the levels, it gives people reasons to play, because all of a sudden all of their gear and everything, their levels are no longer a cap. They've got new gear, and it brings me back. I played the latest WoW expansion. I played it for 2 or 3 weeks, and pretty much that's how long they get me for. They might get me back for another week or two, with a content patch at some point in the future, and then another expansion. Well, if you're going to watch the movies, you got to go with the extended versions, I think. And that's completely understandable. The people who love Guild Wars, in large part, they may like Guild Wars 2, but most of them don't love both games because they're so very different. The first Guild Wars was more of an RPG. Guild Wars 2 is definitely an MMO. So it is completely understandable for someone who's a huge fan of Guild Wars 1 to even hate Guild Wars 2, because they feel like it betrayed the first game, which game-wise, to a large degree, it kind of did. I'm a very big fan of Fellowship. No. That right there. Hold on. That right there is my Ian McKellen signed Lord of the Rings, Fellowship of the Ring movie poster. So yeah, I'm a huge fan of the first one, less so of the second, and then not quite as much for the third. I'm ashamed to tell you how I got it. I won a contest at Burger King. But hey,
Meneldir is right.
I have new
and
pants.
will soon return to Imladris with these grim tidings. My people fled north after Karas Galebran was destroyed by Sauron.
This is not fashion plate material, guys. There are nice looking outfits, by the way. But the character graphics do look a little dated in the game. However, the architecture, Minas Tirith, is the best piece of in-game architecture I've ever seen in any game, and there's no contest. Cozy is a really good description for Lord of the Rings Online. Defeat Uruks within Kelechir. 8, and search debris piles within Tham Kelechir. Guess what I'm doing next? Spoilers. Yeah, those things I just said. I got a deed completed. I got a title awarded. I got a deed bestowed, and if you complete achievements in the game, you get LotRO points, which is the real money currency. So you can, given time, buy anything you want out of the LotRO store for in-game accomplishments. But it takes time. Yeah, If you start off as a hobbit in Hobbiton, it is so hobbity. It is so much in keeping with the feel of the hobbits that there's very little combat unless there's a couple of things chasing wolves or sickle flies, but for the most part, you're running around and doing hobbity things. Hobbity things. I can't believe I just said that. Got another character over here. Got another quest for me. A bucket left behind. Okay. They lost their bucket.
Have you a moment?
And collect holly berries from Huarns and wood trolls. All right. This is the current area. This is one of the areas they've just added. This is Swanfleet. If you create a new character here, you start in Mossward. And eventually you'll work your way over here. And you'll work your way into this map, which is Cardolan, which is one of the ancient kingdoms of Arnor. And up here is Bree. Over here is the Shire. So we're southeast of Bree in the Shire. And I'm going... which one? North. We are tracking... where's the... there it is. Quest Guide Focus. The UI is one of the things that's a little old and kludgy, but it is quite customizable. These are all of the UI elements, and you can drag them to your heart's content to move stuff around. In fact, I should do that. I have been forgetting to do that. Let me move this. No. Yeah, that. Want to move the buff bars down. That ought to do. No, not there. How about there? Because I wanted to move my own vitals to a more central place, and my target's vitals to a more easily seen place. Thank you for hanging out. I appreciate it. No reason to apologize. I'm very glad that you were here. Appreciate all of you guys hanging out. I really do. As I said, my streams are better, and I'm a better streamer when I have a lively chat. So I am thankful. Grateful to you all. I have more fun. And I think I'm more fun to be around. At least until something breaks. We'll see how crabby I get then. The LotRO community is quite active and is generally more mature than most MMOs. In some cases, that's literal, in that we're older than most MMOs, but it's also generally in behavior as well. I am on this server, which is... oh crap, my brain. We used to be on Nimrodel. They collapsed us. Oh, I can't remember the name of the server. Guys, stay young. Just don't get old. We're named after one of the eagles. Landraval, there we go. Landraval is the unofficial role-playing server. And we selected it intentionally because being an unofficial role-playing server is more likely to encourage the jerks to play somewhere else. You ain't old. You may feel it, and I believe it when you say it. But I'd give up a limb to be that age. Alright, Urks. They've got to go. No, just to... Did I really one-shot him? Wow. What am I trying to do here again? Defeat Uruks and search the debris pile. Oh, that sounds charming. I should do this more often. Yeah, for sure. Theoretically, at least, most of the largest of the role-playing communities are going to be on this server, I think. There's an awful lot of orcsies around here. I am uncomfortable with the number of orcses around here. We got one of the big boys. And I also need the rubbish pile. Where's the rubble pile? Over in that direction. Laurelin. I know that there's a large Asia-Pacific community on... I tell you guys, stay young. Oh, the gym. What was the... Oh, there's the debris. What was the name of the gym? Arkenstone. There we go. Arkenstone has a large Asia-Pacific community. I am drinking coffee, which is bitter bean broth. I sift through the defeat and find nothing of interest. Really? We have multiple piles here? Nope, same pile. I can just open it up multiple times, it seems like. Search more debris piles, okay? That direction. I was never much of a coffee drinker until like the last 5 years or so. My parents always drank it after dinner when I was growing up. My brother is a huge coffee drinker. I'm like 3 or 4 times a week kind of coffee drinker. And let's see, we are looking for, should be around this corner. Be in here. Oh, there we go. There's wreckage and debris. Oh, I drew somebody's attention. Multiple somebody's attention. Hi, guys. Jerk. I'm just talking to these good people. Tomorrow night I will not be drinking coffee, that's for sure. Find a short knife, is that what I needed? Bring the elf knife to Bregalith. Indeed, that was what I needed. Well, we've got a wooden chest, that's free money. And all I have to do is kill an orc. He's really a dramatic at dying, I tell you. I admire some of her hooks, but not really a fan of her music. I'm a bit too old, generally speaking. But she can write a killer hook, I'll give her that. Historically, I'm big on progressive rock. In the past, I briefly experimented with playing music on stream until I realized I am incapable of listening to music I like and not singing along. And you guys haven't punished me, so I don't think I should punish you. No, really, I don't even think about it. I just sing along. And I do not have a singing voice. I mean, I guess I could play music where I don't know the lyrics. I have several Paramore albums. She can also write a killer hook, and I do more like her songs. Or
You
their
found
songs.
Urups at the Hall of the Swift River, I do not doubt it. But did you find aught else?
Also, it was very angsty during one of my angsty phases. Nice. Never been to Scotland. Did a week and a half in London. Freaking loved London. Yeah, sadly, me too. But you get to a certain age and you look back and you understand it, but you look back and you go, yeah, I get it. But you also kind of go, even if it hasn't changed
And
that
so
much.
I will bid farewell to
You
you and the
was.
Ranger Meneldir, for I must bring this warning to Imladris.
I have not. There were a couple of their albums I picked up a while back because I heard some of their songs, and they have some absolute bangers. To use a phrase you kids use, they have some bangers. Let's see. The last band that really grabbed me was Coheed and Cambria. Talk to Meneldir. Am I going to get a two-handed axe? That looks like a one-handed. It's a one-handed hammer. Come on, guys. I'm a dwarf. You got to give me like two-handed weapons. Seriously? No two-handers here at all? Yeah, I've got like 4 of their albums. Coheed and Cambria. It's progressive rock. It's just a more current and harder rock iteration. But my favorite bands going back years would be bands like Yes, R.E.M., Alan Parsons Project. Yes, I know they made a joke of that one in Austin Powers. Green Day.
I will take Brigalith's warning.
Return to Scardy Bendblade's blacksmith shop. All the way back to the blacksmith shop. Oh. Alright. I'm going to hitch a ride back to Mossword for 4 silver. I remember seeing the name Shibuti. And we're back in town, where we started. Memories. There ain't no party like a Scardy party. Hi, Scardy. Gives me a gruff greeting.
I did not think you would return to
Okay,
Mossword so
a sword that does more damage than my two-handed sword. A club, the same. Spear. One-handed. Axe. One-handed. Hammer. Literally no two-handed weapons except bows. And a staff. Thanks, Scardy. Jerk. Alright, well, the hammer gives might and vit. The axe is agility. We don't want that. The spear, might and vit. I guess we go with the hammer. Still going to do more damage than what we currently have. Why is this so... Oh, it's 23.3. Okay, same thing. Yeah, I guess we get the hammer. Yeah, we'll get the hammer. That's pretty dwarvish, but it's one-handed. I'm disappointed.
So where does your road now lead? Old Cardolan, you say?
Talk to Maneldir in the blacksmith shop. Now, suddenly, I'm wielding a one-handed weapon instead of a two-handed weapon, but it does more damage. It's just not fair. All right, Maneldir, what do you got?
Scotty is right. If we are to reach
Need to up them the southern bank of the
Guathlo
Guathlo,
at Tharbad.
northwest of Mossward. Step outside and sell some crap. I know I have it.
Yes.
No repairs required. Okay. Copper armband of fleetness. We can sell that. Keep that. Copper ring. Sell that. Keep those. Sell that. That. Sell that. Sell that. Sell. 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 Robe of Edoras. Go ahead. Yeah, we'll sell it. And did we pick up enough stuff to cash in a couple more tasks? No. Wow, those orcs were not very generous with pardon the phrase, their droppings. Oh, more stuff. Yeah, I never actually picked up all their stuff. Where's the video? Ooh, a new recipe. I have 19 broken hatchets, so we can at least turn in one batch of broken hatchets. Looks like just one. Sad to say, one batch of broken hatches coming up. Broken hatchets. Double check one more time. No. Nope. Alright. We are riding off. Not into the sunset. How far do we have to go? To the outskirts of Tharbad. I've got a whole bunch of quests back there still. Now, theoretically, this map is through about level 15. And I'm level 16. Almost 17. I don't believe there is any open world level scaling. There is level scaling in some of the different kinds of instances the game has to offer. Skirmishes level scale. I think delves do. Delves were a new addition in the latest expansion. I have never done any delves, so I don't know how they work. I will grab some copper, which is used for crafting. As you would expect, there's a full crafting system in the game. We've got ruins. And how deep in are we going? Follow the road. Thank you very much for coming and hanging out. And sleep well, hopefully. It has been a great stream. You guys made it that way. Thank you all very much. It's always more fun when there's more people. A live chat, like I said, makes for a better stream and makes me a better streamer.
Yes?
Master of Oak, not of Orc. The orcs in Tharbad. Well, let me remove some of these other quests. From being tracked, by the way. I still have the quests. They're just not being tracked anymore. Hollyberries. Except this one. It's a Tharbad Defiler. Oh, I have another Tharbad Defiler right behind me. New deed, Orc Slayer of Cardolan. Pardon me, sir. Sir? Tharbad warrior, he's built like me. Uh-oh. Bring the letter. No, that's not the one we're meet up with, right? I think so. So? Oh, down here. Should be right over there. Okay. Oh. This guy's in my way. Okay, I could have gone around. Oops. Getting some definite lag. There's a little camp down here or something. A man of Rohan, a woman of Rohan. Woman sits astride a tall steed on the bank of the Guathlo. New deed, the ravaging of Cardolan. Neldir's talking to the woman of Rohan.
Hold, strangers. Be you friend or foe to Rohan?
I admit I cannot tell from your mien. Are you a friend to Rohan and its people? Assure the woman that you and Meneldir do not seek to cause trouble for any good folk, and that you merely seek to cross the river on your way north. The woman thinks for a moment, then nods. She turns her eye upon Meneldir. I do not think this question too forward, but I must ask it. You are dressed as I was told the Dunedain Ranger's dress, well suited for a life in the wilderness of the inhospitable north. Are you one of these kind? For they are the folk I seek, and my errand is urgent. Meneldir will go, kinda? Used to be? Your question's not an easy one for me to answer. Let us say I was once of that folk, but if need drives you to seek the Dunedain, your search is not at an end. Yet our purposes may align, for Dvaldur and I seek the Rangers of the North. Each of our paths requires we ford the Guathlo, the river Grey Flood, and it will not be easy. I fear the raging waters will be too much in places for your steed to safely make the crossing, and it appears orcs watch the shallows. I only know of the Rohirrim from tales, but I do know they are loath to part with their horses unless agreed. If such is the need that drives you, I would know your name, and perhaps you will tell us of your errand on the far bank. If not, I would bid you farewell, for Dvaldur and I can. She thinks for a moment, and then regretfully dismounts. Oh, poor baby's got to get off her pony. Farewell, my Stark mold. Stark mood. May you find your way back to the yellow fields of the Mark. I will see you again when my task is done. Turns back to you, a cold look in her eye. The fate of Rohan rests upon my quest, or I would not leave one so loyal as my Stark bond. So swears Egfrith of Faldham, who has ridden here with all haste to acquire the help Theoden King requires. Now let us ford the river and almost reach the halfway point in the crossing of the Guathlo. Okay. crossing of the Dwarf. Presumably that? Yep. We have to pick our way through the water, it seems. Splash, splash. Your muscles ache, but the harsh cries of orcs from nearby strengthen your resolve. Not sure why my legs would ache so much. I've been walking for 15 seconds. I mean, I'm an old fart. Even I don't get tired after walking for 15 seconds. 30 maybe. Emerged dripping from the river, glad to be across at last. That was not pleasant, but at least we've reached the northern bank. It would have been much easier were the great bridge still intact. I will need to rest a short time before we proceed. How fares Eggfrith? Eggy? Gasping for breath. I hope Starkmood understands he would have followed me anywhere. I would lead him even to his death. He is the same as I am, for I would do anything for Rohan. On the other side of this cruel river, you ask why I seek the Dunedain Rangers. Theoden King has fallen ill, seized by a weakness of the body, from which it is feared he may not recover. I was told the Rangers of the North know methods for healing that might cure the King's ailment. I am to recover one of their remedies or to return to Edoras with one of their healers, that he might heal the King. It is only for the future of Rohan that I would abandon my Starkmood. Any who question me will face my sword. Okay, none of us, we weren't going to give any crap. Waiting. Did I not click OK? I chose one. And that's another level for me. I've gained my first point of reputation. Reputation points will increase your standing with the various factions of Middle-earth. Defeat orcs in the ruins of Tharbad. Deed bestowed. I must earn friend standing with the Dunedain of Cardolan. Deed completed. Known to the Dunedain of Cardolan. Title awarded. Devaldor, known to the Dunedain of Cardolan. And 5 LotRO points. I'm rich. So, I need to kill some more orcs in Tharbad. Fortunately, there does not appear to be a shortage of orcs in the general vicinity. Captains do a lot of shouting. One shot at his ass. Pardon my French. Three out of 8. He's a berserker. A fire berserker. I assume that means he, like, breathes fire or something? That would be a trick. Never seen an orc breathe fire. One more Tharbad skirmisher, or Tharbadian to go, and... easy peasy, as they say. Are you sure a fire is a good idea? I know you're cold and wet, but you could just work out by killing some of them the way I did.
How fared you against the orcs?
Did they bear the insignia we encountered on the LotRO Swanfleet? Tell Meneldir, the orcs that prowl the ruined city do not appear to wear the mark of the White Hand, and to your eye they belong to other orc tribes. Hey, Eggy. Talk to me.
Orcs bearing this white hand.
What do you know of this symbol, the White Hand? Orcs bearing this mark have appeared in Rohan of late, and many are the towns and crofts they have troubled throughout the Rittermark. The king's illness prevents him from properly dealing with these raiders, and every day the kingdom grows more weak and more frail. But who commands these tribes against my people? The elder gives you a warning look, and you tell Egfrith that the Earths of the White Hand must serve some powerful chieftain of their own kind. She rests a hand against the pommel of her sword. Yes, that does seem to be the way of their kind. Still, the orcs here in Tharbad need not serve beneath the White Hand to endanger my own errand or your own. There are other fires to the west on the other side of the broken bridge from here, and if you clear away their defenders, we will rest more easily and be better prepared to travel safely through the city. Oh, great. So I get to kill more of them. Fine. Evidently, it's fine. And where am I going? Okay. Let's scout the fires to the west. Fires. Well, he's in my way. We'll shout at him. And hit him with a sword. Oh, sorry, a hammer. Get a two-hand weapon. Light glints on the weapons of a man fighting further to the west. Really? Are we sure? Oh, there he is. Ah, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, children of all ages, I give you Boromir. Man has triumphed over the orcs, but he eyes you warily as you approach.
Hail, friend, if friend you be.
I am a long way from my home in the land of Gondor, but if you are an orc foe, then we can share that in common. It is well known, even in my distant homeland, that dwarves fear neither orckind nor troll, and I deem you have ended your share of both. A new earring of might. My ear will be stronger than ever.
Boromir is my name, and I've come from Minas Tirith by a long road on an urgent errand.
We will drop. No, we won't. There we go. There we go. The crossing of the river proved treacherous, and I was forced to abandon my steed. I ran afoul of orcs among the ruins, as you can see, and one of their cowardly thieves stole my pack. When I've recovered it, I will resume my quest. If you catch this thief for me, I'll be indebted to you, my good dwarf. I think he ran off to the southwest. Oh, here we go. I'm running errands for Boromir. To the southwest. Comes up behind me like a sneaky little orc. Southwest, huh? Should be... Oh, he's around here somewhere? Pack. I'm looking for a pack. Orc thief. Covered the stolen pack. I should return it to Boromir. Oh, Boromir, would you like to know what happens to you in the end? I'm just kidding, of course. How could I possibly know?
You must have struck fear into the heart of that thief, my new friend.
This pack is much lighter than it was when he stole it, and it seems he scattered the contents among the ruins in his eagerness to escape. Might I trouble you to gather up my lost supplies? Jeez. I guess? Evidently. I'm now in charge of picking up your crap. Your lost crap at that. There's one. set me on fire. Bastard. Damned uncivil. That's 2 supplies. Third supply, I guess, is going to be over here. Up the steps. Looking up. I see them. I see them. All right, Boromir, I've picked up your lost supplies. Any more menial tasks you've got for me, my friend? Perhaps I can shine your boots? Wax your horn, so to speak.
Thank you for this, my new friend. I am in your debt.
Yes, you are. Not only that, but I must beg your pardon, for I was so pleased to encounter a friendly face that I did not even ask your name. Pray tell it to me now, and forgive me the oversight. Taldor, it is my honor to make your acquaintance, Taldor. You say your companions are nearby, I would join them at their fire, if you think I would be welcome. If not, I will continue on my own, but it's been a long road, and I should not turn down a friendly campfire and pleasing conversation. Hey guys, I found a Gondorian who followed me home. Can I keep him? Orcs, 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 orcs. Who have you found, Devaldor, who comes to our fire? Who comes so to our fire? I did not expect to see a soldier of the Citadel this far from his home. Might, Vit, physical mastery, and finesse. I will take that as a pocket item. Magical item for my magical pocket. My pocket's not magical, actually. It's just a pocket. You may sit by our fire, Captain of Gondor. If you are willing to share with us the tale of your journey north, I am interested to hear the reasons for it. And I'll get a nifty new helm. Purple quality, even. Alright, Boromir. Are we going to travel again? I think we are. My reasons are my own, stranger, but as Devaldor has proven, a help to me already, I will trust that his friends are trustworthy. I'll tell you the tale of my journey. Seek for the sword that was broken. In Imladris it dwells. There shall be counsels taken, stronger than Morgul's spells. Yes, I can actually recite this crap by memory.
It was in the days of June that my father Denethor, the steward of Gondor, called his sons to the White Tower.
All right, Boromir, let's go. Long as my father kept watch upon the black land of Mordor, and at his command, the soldiers of Minas Tirith never relaxed their vigil. The steward's commands are respected, as is right, but what man from the high walls of Minas Tirith could not see smoke rising from Mount Doom far away and yet still too near? The taverns of the city, they named it a fell portent, and in the high chambers of council my father agreed with the folk, though they knew it not. But none could have foreseen the onslaught that emerged from Mordor. A great force swept through Ithilien, driving our soldiers before it, and at Osgiliath we slowed its approach for as long as we could and destroyed the bridge behind us. There was something strange about that battle, my friends. There were strange omens before and during the fighting, but neither my brother Faramir nor I could understand the meaning of them. We spoke of them to our father. We were in the Great Hall of Minas Tirith, by the way. That's the throne of the king. The steward sat on a lower seat. What does it mean, Father? Means these are strange times in which we live, Boromir. Boromir. Two Boromirs. Okay, this one is telling me about what this one did with Faramir. Never mind. Speak to me not of fairy stories. We have always measured our strength by the bright sword and the sturdy shield. And so we will today. I'm sorry, Father. We meant not to question your wisdom, Father. Pardon the yawn. This much is clear to me, my sons. Gondor is strong, but even Gondor cannot stand forever against such evil. Can it be that the names out of legend may hold some key to defeating this enemy? Spoiler, yeah. Imladris, can it be? Rivendell. My father is wise in ways I could never be, for I am in my very bones a fighting man. The stories with which I grew up and shaped me to be this, but the steward of Gondor must be a learned man if he is to guide Gondor through such troubled times as these. What the name Imladris meant to my father, he would not say, only it was a place far to the north where lived Elrond the Half-Elven, who is said to be the greatest of the lore masters of Middle-earth. Canny and dangerous. Few or none in Gondor know where this place might be found, my father told us. My brother Faramir volunteered at once to seek out this place and to ask Elrond Half-Elven if he might know the meaning of many strange portents we had seen in recent days. I knew the road would be full of danger, and took the journey for myself. My father was most wroth with my choice, and he argued against it, but at last he gave me leave to depart. He must have seen that I could find the secret dale in which Imladris lies and bring back knowledge to aid Gondor. Poof. We're back at the campfire. No, we're not. We are in Rohan. That is the Hall of Meduseld. Before I set forth, my father impressed upon me the need for secrecy. Enemies would lurk anywhere, my son. Remember that Gondor needs you. Return with the knowledge the half-elven can provide as quickly as you can. More quickly if you deem the quest to be a foolhardy one. I assured him I would not abandon the quest and departed at first light, taking West Road to Rohan, following Boromir to the doors of Meduseld.
As is custom, I called upon Theoden, king of Rohan, upon arriving at his city.
Greetings to you, Boromir, son of Denethor. You are welcome to Meduseld, ruling seat of Theoden King. Whee! Oh! They faked me out. Hold, who comes here? It's Wormtongue. It's Boromir, son of the Steward of Gondor, captain of the White City. He is known to Rohan and is a friend. And Wormtongue is going to disagree because he's a dick. Is that so? These are dangerous times, and friends must be judged more carefully than before. The king is indisposed, and will see no one today. Killer impersonation, don't you think?
I was denied my audience with Theoden, but I did speak with others of his court.
Hama, the door ward.
Theoden's door ward is named Hama. He seemed a good man.
And Wormtongue.
The man Grima had a foul look. I did not like him.
Grima Dickweed? I mean Wormtongue? Can't imagine why not. Consider Theoden... Theodred, heir of Theoden, Eowyn, and presumably Éomer. Yep. Theodred.
May Theoden recover from his illness, but if he does not, Theodred will be a good king.
Miranda Éowyn.
I know not what to make of Éowyn, the king's niece. Are all women of Rohan so eager to fight?
I think he's turned on. And Éomer. Carl Urban.
I sparred for a time with Eomer, nephew of Theoden, a good man. I could not tarry long at Edoras.
My obligation to call upon Theoden satisfied, as best could be managed, I left Edoras and continued my journey. I would pass through the Gap of Rohan and then turn north for lands I had never seen. We're in Dunland. But as I neared the fords of Isen, to my surprise, I encountered someone I had not expected to see. I dismounted to speak with him. Gandalf, maybe? I'm guessing. Nope, Saruman. Off by one error. Hail to you, son of Gondor. What errand brings you with such haste to my borders? It is an errand of some urgency for the kingdom of Gondor. But I should not speak of it. I see. There was a time when the wisdom of wizards was much sought after. Come on, tell me. You can tell me. I mean no offense. I fully understand neither the need for secrecy nor my journey's purpose. What power can there be in Imladris that might aid Gondor? Imladris? You seek the haven of Elrond Half-Elven? Pardon the yawn. Why? I beg your pardon, my lord. I have said too much already. Too much and yet nothing at all, son of Gondor. Already a dickweed. Not even pretending to not be a dickweed. But I will not let you pass Isengard without the benefit of my knowledge. Oh, I'm sure. The refuge you seek lies in a northern dale guarded by sharp-eyed elves. If you treat to them with the discourtesy you have shown me, dickweed, you would best turn around and save your own skin.
It has been said that wizards are quick to anger.
And subtle. He wasn't subtle.
Saruman, at least, did not prove an exception.
They're subtle and quick to anger. They're not dickweeds and quick to anger. I feared I had offended him, but I tried not to brood upon it. I had not called upon him at his home, after all. If he should leave his tower and the Vale of Isengard to interrupt my quest, let him bear the burden of my unpracticed tongue. I'm a fighting man, as I've said before, and I'm unused to the ways of wizards. I resumed my journey. I was already a long way from Gondor, but there was longer to go.
Beyond the Gap of Rohan, I saw no sign of trouble for countless miles.
To me it seemed an empty land, and the days passed beneath cloudless skies as I journeyed north. But as I descended the slope towards the ruins of Tharbad, I knew the river crossing would be difficult. I released my steed, setting my eyes toward the bountiful grasses of the Swanfleet before I left him, and I made the crossing myself. Shortly afterward, set upon by orcs, and that is when you found me, Dwalin. I get a nice helm. I hope it's pretty. My current one is not.
That is my tale. You have no doubt heard more exciting stories than this.
I will accept. And here's my new helm. Gotta be better looking. I mean, come on, that looks like I've got a pot on my head. Possibly a chamber pot. There we go. Got sort of a little bit of a hood action over it, too.
Could I speak with you alone for a moment?
Let us walk to the northeast, right over there. Northeast, right over where? Right over where? Here? Here? Here, okay. I do not know if I can trust
this captain of Gondor. Remember the words of Bregoleth.
She told us to guard our trust with care. For even seeming allies could harbor treachery in their hearts, or in their herds. Neither do I exclude Egfrith from this warning, but Boromir rode right by Isengard on his way north, and even he admitted that he spoke with Saruman. How can we trust his conversation with the White Wizard was as he described? We cannot. Yeah, but why would he tell us? I think we should keep what we know of the White Hand to ourselves for now, just in case Boromir has fallen under the sway of the traitor wizard. We can travel together, at least until we reach Bree-land and the Dunedain. But we should keep an eye on both of our companions. Bregaleth believed we stood on the very precipice of danger, and I think she spoke true. Here, take this map of Cardolan, show it to the others, and see what they recommend for our course. There presses a worn and faded map of old Cardolan into my hands. Hey, B.
You've decided we should travel together.
I believed your friend would suggest we should not, but I find the idea agreeable for now. Should my own course not align with yours, I will depart, without hard feeling. Boromir unfolds the map of old Cardolan and studies it briefly before handing it back to you. My own journey ends in the hidden Dale, Dvaldor, farther north than this map tells. Perhaps Meneldir will unveil a second map when we draw nearer the Bree-land, and that one will mark my destination, but perhaps not. My father said the Dale was hidden. And Eggy?
It pleases me to hear that Meneldir will not turn away the captain.
I'm pleased that you're pleased. For the men of that land are warriors, strong and true, and in past days they have been hearty friends to Rohan, and we of them. Egfrith unfolds the map of Cardolan and wrinkles her nose. These names are unfamiliar to me, Dvalder, so different from those of my own land. I cannot begin to understand how to speak some of these places aloud. Boromir is not the only one of us who is far from their homeland. I will follow Meneldir until we find the Rangers of the North, for Rohan lies withering while I am away, and if I cannot return with the thing I seek, I fear the kingdom shall die. Bummer. And it appears that the server... Oh, nope, it has not completely hung on me. Already in use. The server is... If you listen close, you can hear it grinding.
We will travel together.
As it paused there for a good 20 seconds. It's an old school game and it's got some old tech.
Then we are agreed. Our road leads north.
And that means we must pass through the city and travel north along the Greenway towards Bree-land. We should defeat more of the creatures that lie between us and the northern walls of the city, and I suggest we scout the gaps of the encircling wall at several locations before we leave Tharbad behind. Once that is accomplished, we can meet up just north of the city and plan our further course. And this is going to be a convenient place for me to call it an evening. Also, that is a orange difficulty quest, which means it's higher level than me. It's a level 20 quest, and I'm still level 17. I have 1 or 2 points. I have 4 points available? How did I get 4 points? I have no idea. Oh, I didn't save it. I didn't save it the last time I added points. That's how. What do we have here? Arterial strikes. Yeah. Increased crit chance. I'll buy that for $1. So I'm going to call it here for the evening. I want to thank you guys for hanging out with me. I really, really appreciate it. You guys were awesome tonight. You made me as close to awesome as I can get. So it's probably downhill from here. I should be back tomorrow at my usual time, 5 p.m. Pacific, 8 p.m. Eastern. I might be here a little earlier, have been the last couple of days. I might keep doing so. Tomorrow is April Fool, and I will be celebrating by playing a video game, a computer game, not sure which, and drinking copiously. So the old man will be getting soused and playing computer games, which is the same as most of the time except the getting soused part. But I will return tomorrow. I will put into the Discord before I start streaming and let you know what I'll be playing, if I figured it out by then. So I hope the rest of your Friday night goes great. Hopefully you will see me soon. I want to thank you guys for the follows, for hanging out. I had a blast. I hope you did.
I'll be back tomorrow. Hopefully you'll see me soon. Have a great night tonight. An even better weekend. I will catch you next time, and ciao for now.